So I'm a bit annoyed with our luck, but we've got Saturday, mate. So
yeah, exactly, mate. You're living your life,
yeah,
and you
that's
come
it.
better for the next one.
That's it. Yeah. So we're all good,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
We're all good.
Wicked. Right, let's get it then. So we'll go through a full round just to see where we're at the minute.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Good. Quarter turn. Back pose. Quarter turn. Front double. Quarter turn. Hand overhead. Back double. Quarter turn. Hand overhead. Ab pose. And front pose. Yeah, really good. Really good that, mate. Okay, really.
Yes, YouTube, welcome back to another video. So, like you saw there, posing, the last posing session before the show. So, just going over some things. I think one thing I was doing wrong was like pushing my right hip out, and that was looking a bit off, and I just wasn't getting my lats out enough, which is very, very important for men's physique. So, shout out Kez, he's been a legend the whole entire time with posing. Like, I've gone into that as a newbie with posing, and I'm pretty comfortable with my posing now. I feel good with them. So yeah, that's 45 minutes of going like this. Done. So it's nearly time for meal 3, and we are 3 days out. So welcome along. There is a lot to do, but we've got the time to do it. So let's get after it. So I just ran quickly to the car place. Not even spoke about this, right? I was reversing out. Well, no, I reversed into the space. I was coming out of the space. I went to get asparagus on Friday, right? So 2 days out from the first show. Car was on full lock. Just went straight into the car next to me. His car's going to be about at least 750 quid. I've got to maybe get a new door on my car. So we're looking at a $2,000 trip to go and get some asparagus, right? Not good, like not good at all. And to have that 2 days out was not fun in the slightest whatsoever. But that is the perfect example, boys, of even when stuff like that happens, don't react emotionally to it. Crack on, get done what you need to do, and just sort things out. So that was the prime example, actioned of that, which I'm actually very happy with. But it's going to cost me a bomb, which ain't ideal, but it is what it is. Yo, good morning. So, particularly, no, not particularly, that's not the right word. I was 0.4 down this morning from yesterday, so just seeing that come back down that little bit lower. So I'm around 0.3 up from where I was on show day morning, and we know we need to be fuller, so that's nice. And that's with, like I've mentioned, with the salt sodium has been increased massively, so that will always cause that spike. So that in itself is me in a good spot there. I'm happy with that, happy with the visuals from this morning. So we're good, we're rolling. We're going to go now for the final session of prep, which is crazy to say. Every session after this is going to be well and truly grow time, so pretty wild. And then that will be tomorrow rest day, show day obviously rest day, Sunday will be a rest day, so it's going to be 3 days of no training, which actually works nicely to just be really, really fresh, then get in Monday and start nailing it. So yeah, last session of prep, weird. I'll take you in there. We can't not go through the last session of prep, can we? Because I feel like I've gone through about 95,000 sessions. So this is a session that I have never ever done before. This is just an upper session, literally just getting a pump everywhere, getting some blood flow everywhere. So what I want to do is make sure I can get a good pump, I can drive these nutrients, I can drive that food in, and we're not doing too much damage. You know, I don't want to be smashing my chest now and then it's sore when I'm on stage on Saturday. So I'll walk you through what we've got, but this is pretty much going to be 2 or 3 sets, 8 to 12, 8 to 15 reps, nothing to failure, just really driving that blood flow in. So nothing that I have ever really had to do before in terms of an upper session. I did push and pull last time, so the show was on Sunday. This time we've been pushed a bit earlier from the Saturday. So looking forward to it, to be fair. It'll be good to just go in and get some blood moving around, and then it's going to be game time. So let's get the oats out of the freezer. The pre is ready to roll. Let's go get pumped. We are in final session, locked and loaded. So I'm going to start with abs first of all. 2 sets, 8 to 12. Nothing crazy from an intensity standpoint. Like I said before, the last thing I want to do is any like new movements or like set new numbers now, like obliterate something, because I don't want that inflammation there. I don't want the fatigue of that also, right? We want to be fresh going into this now. You know, yes, it's weird for me to end sets early and stuff like that, but right now it's not what we need, right? We don't need to do that. I need to be thinking like a bodybuilder here. I don't need to be thinking how I am 365 the rest of the year with training, right? We've got a very specific goal of this session. So abs in first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start now with my 2 back movements. So we're going to really drive some blood into the lats. So I'm going to do 2 sets of the usual pull down. I'm just going to bring that load down a little bit, and obviously again we're not going to failure. And then what we want something is more mid to upper back focus with like a standard row. So I'm just going to do, we've got the chest supported row here, which I do normally use on my Saturday session, so I'll do that. So I'm going to roll with 2 sets, 8 to 12 with the lat pull down. First of all, keep that tension on there. And then I'm going to roll with 2 sets, 8 to 12 on the row. Nice big full stretch, contraction. The goal of both of these now is just driving some blood into there, getting a good connection, getting this food moving around, getting a pump, and then we can mimic essentially the look of what we're doing before the show as well, because we're going to be, well, I'm training a little bit earlier. This is after 2 meals. Show day is probably going to be after 3 meals, but it's going to be similar to what we're looking at. So back in first. That is back work done. What I have got now is flat press, first of all, for chest. Then I have got a pec deck for chest again. And then we're going to roll in with laterals, very, very high reps, just driving some blood flow there. So they are the next 3 in. So the flat press, I've not actually decided what I'm going to use yet. I'm going to jump on that now, so you'll see it, because I'll play it over right here, but I just want a nice full stretch and then a good contraction. Pec deck, I'll use the one I normally use. Again, nice big stretch, big squeeze. So chest wise, we will be all good off those. Again, I'm not going to be super sore because I'm used to obviously absolutely full sending all of these, so it's not going to be anything that's going to create a ton of damage. But back work is done. Let's decide what flat press I'm going to use, which, like I said, you'll have already seen, so surprise me. Chest work is done. I'm going to do now curl, extension, and then we will finish with 4 sets of laterals, and then we will see how we are looking. So pump is feeling good, we're feeling fresh. Let's get these last 3 done, drill some posing, and that's it for training and prep, mate. Wild. Let's get it. So that is prep training done. Wild. I'll play over this, the post-workout posing. I did just start to flatten off a little bit. It was quite a long session to be fair. I think because I've done like a lot of posing as well, like during the session more than normal. I usually I've not trained in a vest for like the majority of the session for a while, so I think I was doing bits of posing, making sure my abs are on, like keeping tight. So I think I've just burnt through everything by the time it comes to doing that, which obviously we wouldn't do on show day. But I think there's definitely room to push more if we need to push more. But in terms of training as a whole, like I can confidently say, and this is all I wanted to be able to say at the end of prep, is that I couldn't have done any more with my training. You know, there's not one session where I've left it early, skipped rear delts, skipped abs. Like genuinely every single set that's on the plan, every single session, every single rep has been 110% intensity from me, and that's all that you can control. So focus on that yourself, you know, with whatever phase you're in, whether that's you're gaining phase now or you're in a diet phase or you're in a prep yourself. Like just give it. Don't see someone else's set and think you need to be doing it, or you need to pull your load down, you need to move your load up, like from what other people are doing. Like do what you know you need to be doing, do what's on the plan, give it 110%. And that is, at the end of the day, boys, all that you can do, right? And that's very important, and that's why I feel fulfilled leaving the gym today, because 24 weeks, some of them in Dubai, some of them in this gym, like I've genuinely put 110% into every single one of those. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It feels very strange to say that that's the last session of prep, but look, got the job done, did what we need to in there. Very happy with how I've held on to that performance, and hopefully it's been nice to see as well that you can hold that performance even with being so much down. So happy with how training has been. It's hot in here. I need a drink and we need to get back home. Just got steps up to 6.5k, nearly 7. Just because I've got tan to do later, the first coat, so I don't want to be messing around with like doing steps once that tan's on. I just want it to be able to dry and then get to bed, and I've got quite a lot of work to do now. So it's currently, what time is it? 3 o'clock. So I'm going to be straight up the stairs now, literally till 8 once I've eaten this. So I just got some steps done, make sure everything on WhatsApp is cleared off, and I just actually put Armin's pictures together. Let me show you this first. This is crazy, right? If you want to see what you're capable of doing, natty, right? When you graft, have a look at this. Like all of these shots. Look at that, bruv, right? The difference that he has made is absolutely phenomenal. And this is just when you get your head down and you graft hard. The lighting might be not the best, so I apologise if you can't see super clear, but head to my IG because I'm going to get these posted, and he's done so well. Absolutely buzzing with him. So shout out Armin if you watch this, brother. Drilled that, mate. I'm buzzing with you. So we have got now the oats. So today is 300 carb going in, right? So we've had sourdough eggs. I've had oats pre. We're having oats post as well. We've gone with a cherry bakewell on top and then the blueberries there. And then we've got 2 chicken and rice meals. So we are literally just sticking with now sourdough, oats, rice. I know they're great with me. Oats sit so well. So that is what I'm going to dig into now. And then we're going to get up for a big old block of work. Them sample packs perform perfect. So I've got 20 grams. So we've gone cherry bakewell. And that's been in the freezer whilst I've been out walking. So time to perfection. I'll give you a taste test. I've not had cherry bakewell for a while. What are we saying? Oh, I've not had that for a while. It's not my absolute favourite, but right now, 2 days out, it tastes very nice. Tastes like a cherry bakewell, which I'd smash, boys, I'm not going to lie. Post the first show, I've not had one thing off plan. Absolute zero. The only thing I had was a monster a bit later than I normally would. So I have still had zero anything. Touch the lips. The most exciting it's got is a squares bar. So that is very nice right now. Right, we are almost ready for a big team call. I've got 15 sets ready to roll. Pre-call. give you the crack. Kai, if you're watching this is what I was on about. One of the boys this morning, I was telling him to get these because he likes a beverage later on, like I'm doing right now. So you get the no caffeine Diet Cokes. They are the king, and it will not affect sleep. Let's have the crack rating. Ooh, fire. We'll go an 8. Taste rating. Jesus. Hey, that's fizzy. Don't know if I've drank that weird or that's extra fizz, but I like some fizz, so that's a 10. So I just had second to last shower before I put the tan back on. So I'm just trying to get rid of any little bits that are a bit patchy. My hands, I'm not really going to be able to avoid that, unfortunately, but it's not too bad, to be honest. So I'm all good on that front. So we're going to get the tan on later. And it's been a challenging week around the shows. I've had a lot of obviously the car, and then you'll get with coaching, right? You have to get very good at just doing everything no matter what's going on. So you get very good at, and I say this to a lot of all the other boys on the team, it's all right. If you get some shit news or you get anything like that, right? Whatever. It's completely normal to be, sad, to be annoyed about it, to be stressed about things. But don't let that dictate then your actions. Because if you do that, you will be, like I was saying about the car before, just ridiculously unstable. You'll be so up and down, and it makes things 10 times worse. So right now, I've sent the link out for the team call. We've got that team call to get drilled, right? That's one thing. When you are a business owner of any kind, you got to get these things done, right? No one's going to do things for you, or, you can't have a sick day or this day off when this has happened or anything like that, because you've got to do it, right? So you get very, very good at that, but I think that's a very good rule to have, and it'll give you such a solid base in that. Don't let yourself react to just immediate things. Be annoyed, be sad, be stressed or whatever it is when these things pop up that are out of your control. But don't let them dictate your actions. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give you. I think you can never live stress-free because things pop up, life's, right? But you can control how you respond to things. And if you do what needed getting done that day regardless, I think that's a very, very good position you can always be in. I think that's huge. So that's my pre-Diet Coke, pre-call rant anyway, but we're all good, boys, and we'll jump on and we'll get that drilled. Eat the last meal, finish up work, get tanning. Very successful call. Some of the sets from the boys this week have been elite, mate. I'm looking forward to full sending some sessions, to be honest, watching that. So it's time now to guess what Lucy will want for her last meal. Let me sort this camera out. There we go. I am having 50 gram rice, 150 chicken, a little bit of rocket, 20 gram kimchi, 100 gram asparagus. Lucy, what can she have, boys? She can have the good old, if you can right now fit that in right, that sweet and sour, no added sugar. I'm so excited to eat that again. I've not eaten that for 24 weeks. That is banging. Lucy can have that because that is what I would love to eat. So she is fine to eat. So let's make her that. So I'm going to cook that up. That's the last meal. And then we'll see where weight is at in the morning. She is currently playing paddle, whooping some ass. Right, chef up time. Sorry, boys. I will get cooking. I'm waffling. So that is last meal down. We've tidied up. Ashwagandha magnesium in. I've got to go and get a shower. It is 8:30, so shower. Get the last coat of tan on. No, get the first coat of tan on. And then it's bed. I'm pretty smoked, to be fair. My eyes are absolutely fried. Steps are done, so shower, tan, and then tomorrow we are 1 day out. So like, subscribe, massively appreciated. Form link with my code already on it down below. Link to coaching down below. 1 day out tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one.